Welcome to the Internal Mobility Podcast, where we explore all of the ways for you to reach your potential here at Randstad while also making this giant company a little easier to know and understand. Today, our guest is Greg Dyer. Greg is president of SPE, our group president within SPE, and I am so excited that you're here today, Greg. Thank you.
Thank you for having me. I really appreciate it. Yeah, don't call me president of SPE. Tracy might have an issue with that.
Maybe a little.
That's the next role, right?
Anyway, right? Yeah, you're on your way. Speaking of which, when we met, it's been years ago now, but I was in the field and you were an RBE employee, and now we're inverse. But back in the day, you were the head of our credit and collections department. You used to help me get money out of a company that owed us like $1 gazillion. And you're not head of credit and collections today. So tell us your story. How did you get to group president?
No, I appreciate the question. And yeah, it seems like a long time. It's actually 19 years ago. And, Ben Elliott hired me into the credit and collections area to run that AR group and make sure we're managing our day sales outstanding, which is still a huge priority for the company. Cash flow is king when you're in business. And so definitely work with a lot of great people like you and helping try to keep our customers and make sure that they're paying us on time, because clearly that is a good thing for our cash flow and for the business to continue to grow, to have clients pay. It was a great role for me in the organization, and I was there for a few years, from 2003 to 2007. Ben Elliott, as I said, hired me in, and in 2007, we had a need in our strategic accounts team, and Ben allowed me to explore and move into that opportunity. I'll never forget it, because in 2007, career mobility wasn't a thing like it is today. I mean, we certainly supported that, right, and want what's best for our people, but it wasn't as prevalent, I would say. And so I'll always be grateful for that, and still work with Ben even today on a number of projects. But yeah, so it turns out, Chris, the skill that it takes to call and collect money from customers is a similar skill to selling them business. And so was able to leverage that into a number of expanding roles within strategic accounts, and ultimately into the group president role, responsible for in-house strategic accounts and an assortment of other things, along with digital staffing. And so, yeah, it's been a nice ride.
Well, congratulations.
Thank you.
So you're known to be a very clear and concise communicator. So what do you want the folks listening to us today to know, believe, and understand about internal mobility at Randstad?
Sure. Well, first thing I would say is similar to a moment ago. We do support our people finding other roles in the organization. Tracy Fiat and I talk about this frequently, but you never have to leave Randstad to find your next job. You only have to choose, where to look and where to put your sights and your skills to use. Of course, you have to perform in your current role, right? Performance is always a big part of it. But having worked for organizations where it was more who you knew than it was performance-based, I can say Randstad is absolutely, very much driven by results. And if you're successful with your results, you have the opportunity to do many, many things. So for those that might be new to the organization, we hired several hundred people already this year. You don't have to leave to do the next thing. Just set your sights on what you want that to be, work with your leader, and look to the organization to provide those opportunities for you.
Well said. And I would invite too, if you're not certain about where those opportunities live, go back and look at our other podcasts, or reach out to Allison Autry. She manages our internal mobility process, and she can help you get connected and explore and understand what is available for you out there.
Yeah, and she's phenomenal, by the way. I could put a plug in for her as well, because every time I've ever worked with her, she is fantastic. And the candidates, the people we hire that have worked with her, always talk about how great she is. And a lot of our people, but certainly Allison for sure. Big fan of hers.
Thank you for that. Her candidate satisfaction scores are indeed through the roof. And she was selected for this position, Greg, because she's done work for everybody, good work for everybody all over the place. So if you're wanting to get connected someplace and you're not sure how, definitely reach out to her.
And
Greg,
Chris,
from
that's
you,
the other thing I would say about just Allison's example. That's a role we didn't even have a year ago, right? And so she maybe wasn't thinking about that role because it didn't exist, but now she's in it. Similar to the role I'm in, didn't exist a few years ago. So we're always creating new jobs within the company. And one of the easiest things I think for people with, you know, career mindedness is to say, what is a problem in the organization, an opportunity, a challenge that we need to solve as a company? And if we're not doing that today, you go make a career out of that, you know?
yes, yeah, I'm pretty sure that's how we have an ITA team today.
It is.
Right?
Absolutely. Yeah.
All right. So what's your favorite human forward moment in the last couple of weeks?
Well, in the last couple of weeks, I have to say, I have a family member, I won't name which one, that is looking for an opportunity in the company. And I reached out to the ITA organization, maybe somebody that's very close to me on this call. But what I would say is that, you know, from that came already 5-6 opportunities within the company. And so I'm just, you know, for anybody that's had any hesitations in referring a friend or someone, a colleague, someone they know from, you know, another organization into Randstad, now is the time. We have over 200 jobs that are open right now in the organization, but maybe more as I looked this morning just to prepare for this call, but a couple hundred opportunities, a lot of selling roles. You know, every role in the organization is a sales role. You're either selling to our clients on our great services, or you're selling to our candidates on why they might want to work for our great clients. So there's always opportunities. And yeah, so that's my favorite human forward story, because I get to say, you know, what great service I received. And I know our clients are getting that great service as well.
Well, and we may get to have another Dyer wear the brand again, which is pretty exciting.
Right.
So thanks for that. And thanks for being here.
Absolutely. Thanks for having me.